I want to talk to you about something. If you want to be super successful in business, if you want to make a lot of money, you have to stop trying to make people like you. I've been studying this for the last 12 months now, and everything that I come up to, everything that I've seen, everything that I've experienced shows that if you want to be super successful in business as an entrepreneur, it's about intention. And where you put your focus, where you put your energy, that's what produces results. If all of your energy is spent on trying to make, that's the key words, trying to make people like you, and all your energy is spent on that, you have no time to build your business. You have no time, you have no energy to create wealth, to close sales, and you're going to do everything possibly in your life to not sell and to not make money. And then there's a second side of it. If you're trying to make people like you, if you're so focused on trying to make everybody like you, you'll also probably be trying to do everything that you should do based on what you've been taught, based on how you've been raised, based on what you've learned, what you should do as a person, these rules that you tell yourself that you should do in life, and that if you don't do them, that your life is going to go bad for you. I don't really believe in the word should, because I think it sets people up for failure. Instead of, I say I will do with intention, with intentionality. And if I'm not doing it, then I'm not doing it. And so you have to get rid of out of your mind these beliefs of I should do so I can't. You tell yourself I should be doing this so I can't build my business. And I hear people say that about, they use their kids as an excuse for this one, a huge excuse of why they can't build their business. They use their family, they use their church as an excuse. I should be. And they're so focused on doing what they believe they should do and trying to make people like them. They go hand in hand. And so focused on this energy that there's a conflict. So when they get a strategy and somebody shows them how to make six figures, that's what we teach people how to do in my courses. That's what we show you how to do in my podcast, Grow Your Life Podcast, with 142 episodes, all about a half hour long, that teach you strategies on how to make money in a business. And you'll tell yourself, your brain will literally tell yourself, I can't, because you're trying to make people like you and convinced that it goes against all the things that you should do. Now listen, I'm not talking about being unkind, being a jerk to people, being rude. You are going to have people dislike you if you're building a business. But I want to tell you this. When you stop trying to get people to like you, trying to make people like you actually have a whole lot more people that actually do like you. When you cut out the activity of trying to make people like you and you're so focused on getting that positive energy and praise and affirmation coming your way from everybody, that you're doing all the right things, that you're a good boy or a good girl. This comes from childhood where you were told and you were praised when you did something good and, oh, you're so smart and you did this, and you convince yourself, okay, now I have to live my life to get praised by other people. I'm going to be unsafe. That's what our brain does. That's what it tells us. You know, if you look at clinical psychiatry, again, I'm not a therapist, but I know that I've studied books written by therapists. If you study the need to try to make people like us and to please everybody and to make everybody happy is actually considered to be a mental health issue. A lot of people think they don't need a therapist, they don't have mental health issues. If your sole focus, your main supremo priority in life is trying to make everybody like me and please everybody and do all that I should so that people don't think bad of me, that's considered to be a mental health issue. And talking to a therapist clinically is one of the fastest ways to grow from that. I saw a therapist every week for 6 months and helped me break free from this habit that I had been raised with, that I grew up with. And I am so convinced for entrepreneurs, if you want to be successful, if you want to make the kind of money that you want to make, if you want to be super successful in business, you have to stop trying to be liked by everybody. You have to stop being so focused on doing all the little nuances that you should do and spend that same amount of energy building your business, learning new skills, applying yourself, taking action, making decisions. Listen, if you want to live a life different than what you're living right now, you're going to have to change the habits of how you've been living your life. You can't continue on the same path that you've been on. Is it working for you? If it is, if you're making $1 million and you're watching this, that's great. And you would probably be nodding that everything that I'm saying is 100% accurate for everybody else. For the rest of the people that's not making $1 million, that's not making six figures, you have to stop trying to make everybody like you. Find a strategy that works. You're going to sell to people. See, I see people, they avoid selling. They won't ask somebody to buy from them because they're afraid of what that person's going to think about them. You can't let rejection stop you. I get it. If you have been rejected your whole life, it's painful, but you're going to have to grow and callous yourself and get to the place where you focus more on being effective than getting everybody liking you and feeling good inside. And actually, you're going to feel a whole lot better in the end. I'm telling you that. When you break out of trying to make yourself feel good by your performance and what other people think about you, you actually feel a whole lot better because you're not being fake. You're not living a facade. You're not living a lie. You're not living a narrative that you've tried to control what other people think about you and make yourself look a certain way so that people's perception of you is different than reality in order to get a result, in order to be liked by people, in order to look a certain way. See? And just be you. Just show up as you. And that, my friends, is what makes you successful as an entrepreneur, because honesty and integrity is what matters. It's not integrous to try to make people like you. It's not. There's no integrity around that. There's none. Be kind. Be compassionate. Be a loving, caring person. Hear me out, okay? Like, you can stop trying to make people like you and be the kindest, most caring person on the planet. And you're going to have people that don't like you, but you're going to have a whole lot more that see the real you. And you let the real you come out. And that, my friends, is what opens up opportunity for when you go out to set out to do a strategy that's going to make you 6 figures, 7 figures. You're not locked up. You're not limited based off of the belief systems of, I can't because this is going to make people not like me. I can't because this goes against what I should do. And then you can just do the activities that build a business without being so mentally stuck on trying to manage and maintain other people's perception of you. You got to stop trying to make people like you. This is key. This is so important. This is something that I help coach people on. It's something I help them work through. This is something I've been working through myself. It's something that I hope that you can get. Now, if you want the strategies of how to grow a business, how to get sales, how to build a business to 6 figures, 7 figures, we have those on my website. The Grow Your Life podcast shows you how to do that. But today, this is all about one thing. You cannot walk through life trying to make people like you. It's just not going to work. We'll talk soon, everybody. Have a good one.